This is the story of the Little Orange House. Once upon a time, a very small witch was walking in the woods. The cold wind was blowing the dry leaves all around her. The little witch was frantically searching for a house for the winter. She could not find one. Suddenly, a piece of orange paper, blown by the wind, landed at her feet. She picked it up. The little witch looked closely at the paper, and then she said, "I shall make myself a little house from this piece of orange paper." She carefully folded the piece of paper in half, and she turned it this way and that way. She finally decided to turn it this way. Then she took out her scissors that she always carried in her pocket and cut off the two corners at the top to make a roof. It was a little lopsided, but as she looked at her new house, the little witch said, "This will do just fine, but I need a door." Since witches always wear pointed hats, she cut out a very special door. When she was finished, the little witch wanted to see inside, so she walked through the door. It was very dark inside. She quickly hurried back out. "Oh my! I will need to make windows to let in the light," said the little witch. She stood in front of the house and studied it for a minute or two and decided where she wanted her window, and she cut a front window and a back window to let in lots of light. Oh, it was a very fine-looking house, her very own little house with a roof, a door, and windows was all finished. But just as the little witch started to go inside for the winter, she saw a tiny ghost floating down the path. As the little ghost came closer to that little house, the little witch saw that she was crying. "Why are you crying?" asked the little witch. The tiny ghost stopped crying and answered, "It is cold and windy, and it's getting dark, and I have no place to spend the winter." The little witch thought for a minute, and she said, "You may spend the winter with me in my new house." "Oh, thank you," said the happy tiny ghost, and she peeked in through the window. "This is a very nice house." "But first," said the witch, "I will need to make you your own special little door." And she took out her scissors again, and she began to cut. The little witch cut a very tiny door for the ghost. The two happy friends stood and looked at the fine-looking house for a minute or two, and then they went inside. The tiny ghost went in the very little door, and the little witch went through her own special door. All winter long they lived happily together in the little orange house. If you would like to see inside the little orange house, just open the folded paper. Surprise! I hope you have a very happy Halloween.